Hello everyone. Let's learn about working capital today. The capital required in order to meet your day-to-day expenditure of any company is called as working capital. Now that could range from purchase of raw material to actually selling your final product. Working capital assessment is usually done for one operating cycle. Now let's understand what an operating cycle is. So, as a company, you want to buy raw material in order to produce your product. To purchase this raw material, you require cash. There is a cash outflow when you purchase raw material. This raw material is processed and we call it work in progress. This is where the goods are semi-finished. These semi-finished goods are further processed into finished goods. These finished goods remain with you in the form of finished stock. Finished stock is then distributed to various markets where the product is actually sold. When you sell your product, the customers pay you cash. This process is called a cash inflow. So this entire process from cash outflow to cash inflow is called the operating cycle. We call this one operating cycle. Now let's understand this with an example. Suppose you target to make 100 leather coats per week. In order to make 100 leather coats per week, you require raw material worth rupees 5,000. The labor charges are rupees 2,000. That totals up to rupees 7,000. The operating cycle, for example, for this process is 3 weeks, which means this circle, in order to complete once, takes a time of 3 weeks. Hence, when you start giving out cash in the first week, cash actually comes back to you in the 4th week. Hence, the working capital requirement is for 4 weeks. So the actual working capital is not 7,000, but it is rupees 7,000 into 4 weeks, which is rupees 28,000. The total working capital is calculated for the entire operating cycle. The time between raw material purchase to actual sales realization is one operating cycle. Take another example as homework. Suppose you want to produce 500 units of a commodity per week. The commodity requires an operating cycle of 5 weeks. The raw material charges are 15,000, labor charges are 10,000. Calculate for me what is the working capital.